Well, I just can't stay away. This is trip number 6 to Norway. The plan for this trip is I'm starting off in the Bodø region. You can see the city of Bodø right behind me. That's where I flew in yesterday. Here I will be climbing the Rampen Via Ferrata, which is located on a sea cliff not too far from here. And then I'll be going to Rago National Park for a big hike before heading up to Narvik to climb Norway's national mountain Stetten. From Narvik, I go over to Møyslin National Park for another really big hike, hopefully reaching the top of the tallest mountain in the region. From there, I will head all the way down the Lofoten archipelago, which is a crowd favorite, before taking the ferry back to Bodø. It's gonna be a long 2 weeks. I'm really excited, nervous for a few things. It's gonna be exhausting, I'm sure, but I've actually already done the Via Ferrata, so here's how that went. Over the past year, I decided to broaden my horizons a bit and get more into climbing. So naturally, with how much I love Norway, I started researching climbing options here. I was very happy to discover a relatively new one, the Rampen Via Ferrata, located on a sea cliff just 10 minutes from the Bodø airport. What better way to begin my 2-week journey here? I arrived at the starting location tired and jet-lagged, but excited for my first climb in Norway. As it turns out, nobody else signed up for today, so it would just be me and my guide Svein. After a quick introduction, we geared up and headed down the steps to a wire bridge just above the ocean.
So being as it's only you today, like we have all the time in the world, we don't need to rush things.
Yeah.
We could also make like a small detour at the top, going around and coming into the Viking Wall route to explore parts of that as well.
Yeah,
so,
sure. I'm up for anything.
Yeah. Mind the distance when we go off the vertical sections, so we have a bit of space.
Right.
You've done this before, so
yeah,
you know the concept.
Yep. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we fear like from around here in this direction, it goes just as far down or further than it goes straight up. So
yeah.
We've done some cliff diving here in the summer times, and I've just started a dialogue during this winter with Red Bull to come here and have a cliff diving competition here. I never seen them had it north of the Arctic Circle, so I'm like thinking summer thing here with late summer evening with the midnight sun.
Yeah.
Big boats on the water for the spectators.
Absolutely. We were coming up to a decision point where we could either take the Viking Wall or the Silver Treasure route up to the top of the cliff. The Silver Treasure is the harder one, so obviously that's the one I wanted to do. I was fairly confident that I would be able to handle it, having climbed what is considered the hardest Via Ferrata course in the United States a couple of months earlier, but I was feeling pretty tired from traveling and strangely more nervous than I was expecting. Not much I could do about that though, other than just hope I warm up to being on this cliff face after putting a few more sections behind me.
Jamming on an overhanging section.
Yeah. Sven jokingly called this section the budget bridge since you only have one wire to hold on to instead of two, forcing you to lean over your feet a bit to put tension on the wire to gain a little bit of stability. And I do mean a little bit. We are now approaching the most difficult part of the climb, a small overhanging section with a blind corner. Nothing too crazy, but I was beginning to lose strength in my arms and my fear of heights was playing a factor as well. This was a much bigger vertical drop than my last couple of climbs, but to me, that fear is part of the fun.
Just a small tip here on passing this section is when you're up on this small platform, you're able to just reconnect your carabiners before you start going out there,
Okay.
and then you won't have to think about them while passing this section.
Yeah.
And you need to clip into another wire further in when you get up on the ledge there. First time we rigged it, it took a long time for me to actually convince myself to go off the edge. This is one of the places where we quite often have guests struggling. Yeah, it's a bit hard to reach the next hole there as well.
Yeah, I had to think about exactly how I wanted to do that.
Yeah. And also the fact like you're sitting under there and you can't really see what's coming, so you can't plan.
Right. And with that, the silver treasure route was completed. There were definitely times where I was nervous, but as always, pushing myself to do this was well worth it. With today just being Svein and I, we finished more quickly than larger groups of people do, since usually someone needs a little bit of assistance using a rope, which takes time. So we were fortunate enough to be able to head back down to the starting bridge so we could climb up the Viking Wall as well.
TikTok. This is where I chickened out when we tried the cliff diving here.
Oh
I
yeah.
jumped from one below and we went up here, and the other guy that jumped before me.
Oh my word.
And I saw how long it took for him to hit the water. I was like, nope, not doing it.
You should have went first.
Yeah, exactly. TikTok.
Take a picture to freak my mom out. She hates when I do this stuff. Yeah. I showed her the video I made in Colorado. I don't think she knew exactly what I meant by climbing, and she hated it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, don't tell me when you're going, tell me when you're done.
Yeah. The Rampen Via Ferrata was an incredible experience. My guide Svein was very helpful. It's nice to have a guide to do things like this for safety, but also because doing a long trip by myself is nice just to have somebody to talk to and ask questions to for a couple of hours. And he was really great at answering all my questions and offering help on different hiking trailheads, different things there are to do around here. And I know I can contact him throughout this trip to ask him questions about where I currently am and what there is to do and where I should hike, what mountains to climb. But I felt like today was a good day to really ground me in this time zone. I'm still a little tired, and I definitely felt weaker on that climb than I feel like I should have. The plan for tomorrow is to head to Rago National Park for a big hike. The weather looks good, so it should be a great time. But before I headed home for the night, I wanted to see if I could find a beach Svein told me about called Hovdsundet. It's nestled in between these mountains here. So subscribe and be sure to check back in very soon for that video with more videos from Norway to follow.
No limits, no ceiling, no